Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Here we go. It is my post-market wrap-up on this Monday, May 10th, 2021. You know why I'm laughing? This is my notepad, my lovely notepad. I want you to see something. Can you see that? I actually wrote, duh, duh, duh. There's a reason why I wrote duh. I can't take it. I really can't. I'm starting to come apart. So let's talk you and me, because today was classic. Classic. We watched a really nice rally on Wall Street turn to dog shit. And do you know why it turned to dog shit? Because crude oil went from being up nearly 1% to going negative. I'm glad this happened, because I want, once again, to explain to you how important the price of crude oil being high. The market depends on it. The market depends on it, period. The end. 10-year yield was great, stable today. Dollar weaker. Imagine my utter shock. Wait, should I try that? Let me get a shock face going. I got to work on it. So dollar lower, but crude oil, we're missing that one link of the unholy trinity. You know what that is? Well, of course, stocks would fall. But it's astonishing to me. Again, did you watch Bloomberg, Fox Business, or especially CNBC today? Oh, yeah, just lovely. The props they were putting up here. Well, we're going to talk about that too in just a little bit. But let's go back to the market. So nice rally, turns negative after crude goes negative. Wow. Really? Okay. Dollar lower, 10-year yield stable. I told you that already. Lovely. Gold put on a gain today. Nice. Silver, slight loss. I mean, just basically flat. Cryptocurrencies here went from being higher to lower. This includes Dash. I am hoping, okay, I love pullbacks, people. I don't know another way to put it. In this environment, when it comes to the stock market, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, obviously gold and silver, you will, or at least you should, be buying the dips, every single one of them. And you know why you're buying them. You're not just doing it as a knee-jerk kind of a reaction because you don't know what's going on here. We have runaway central banks around the world. And again, the hub, the center of central banks, the Federal Reserve, well, they're going beyond supernova to print, add digits to a screen, hyperinflate their balance sheet, buy it all. So this is why. Okay, if you ever wonder why you're buying the dips, or wonder why Greg Mannarino is buying the dips, well, that's it. It's the key. It's where it's at, period, the end. I think you all know that. But so I want to talk about some of this and my duh that I wrote down. So again, I'm watching all these networks today, Fox. I flip around because I want to laugh. I look at the things that they parade out, all dressed up nice and spiffy, in a suit, and they just read a script. Well, here we go. Let's start off with this one. And I don't remember what channel this was on, but it doesn't even matter. I think it was Bloomberg here. So they had paraded out, some freak over there who's explaining that, I almost can't even say this because it's just too stupid, that the Federal Reserve will, they already are, exceeding their inflation targets in the short term. People, again, right here is another example of something you cannot make up. Could you imagine a central bank, pick one, says, I'm going to keep inflation here, whatever it might be. The Fed's target is 2%. Okay. We are so far beyond that right now. It's like far beyond the sun. Way beyond. I mean, it's in Plutoville, wherever. It's in another galaxy. But again, oh no. I mean, this is what they do. Could you imagine they probably paid this guy to go on the show and tell us that the Federal Reserve is overshooting its inflation target? People, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. Here's something else that I think you're going to find lovely here. So we all know, and I want you to look this up for yourself. Go to the Federal Reserve's website. Open another window. Do it now. Open another window. Wherever you're watching this, I don't know. And just search for how much currency is in circulation. How many actual dollars exist in the world. It's somewhere around 1.9 trillion, somewhere. It's a little lower than that, I think. Now, today, I mean, this is you probably know this already, but I'm just going to say it. This was the headline here. Cryptocurrency is now worth more than all of the U.S. currency in circulation. And that's where I wrote, duh. It's right here. Duh, duh, duh. There only exists about 1.9 trillion on Earth. The rest of it does not exist, people. It's not on the elemental chart. You understand that. But the Fed's creating more of it every single second of every single day, 365 days a year. When you're sleeping, when you're pooping, when you're screwing, whatever you're doing, the Fed is printing, adding digits to a screen. Lovely. And anyway, and then I want to cover this one here. This is another one. I might go crazy here. Just be forewarned. So make sure your children are away. So this was CNBC, kind of towards the closing bell. They paraded out some very handsome man in a very nice suit and tie, and he's sitting there, and he's talking. He's an energy analyst. I don't even remember what bank he works for because it really doesn't even matter. It's a freak show. So they paraded out some energy analyst from a Wall Street bank. Okay, and this is what he said. This is what he said, people. He is expecting, this energy analyst, energy prices, to increase moving forward, and he expects the price of crude oil in the short term to exceed $70 a barrel. Really? I've only been saying that since, I don't know, for a while now. So they have to parade this guy out to let us know what we already know. Do you see what I'm talking about? How far ahead of the curve you are? So let's see. This big wig energy analyst is trying to tell us he's expecting energy prices to increase and crude to be over $70 a barrel in the short term. Duh! People, what does this mean in real terms? It means, think about it. If the price of energy is rising, everything is going to be rising with the dollar cratering at the same time. So this is a double whammy. If energy prices increase, okay, everything is shipped by truck, vehicle ship, blah, 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 fuel costs, everything else is going to go higher. Do you know how many things are made with crude oil? Just look it up. Your mind will be blown if you were actually to know. It's in the thousands upon tens of thousands of products are made with crude oil. So there's another whammy to you. So we are in this environment of a dying dollar. Obviously, you're not allowed to know what's going on. Scapegoat economics, as I spoke about in my last video. Hope you watched it. Again, they are going to blame the high cost of energy for the inflation we are seeing. It's already being set up. I told you it would be getting set up this way for months ago, and now they're doing it. And you haven't seen anything yet. Wait for the headlines to come out. I'm telling you, you're going to laugh your rear end off when you see, oh my goodness, that's exactly what Greg Mannarino said, because that's exactly what they're going to do. It's scapegoat economics, people. It's an amazing situation. Look over here. Don't look over what the Federal Reserve is doing. Oh, no, no, no. You can't know what the Federal... See, the Federal Reserve cannot be exposed for what it actually is. The real government. The entity that is literally running the world right now. Why is it running the world? Because the dollar, even though it's a dying asset, remains the world reserve currency. They pull the strings. All right? It's the Fed. It's not anything else, and I think you know that. Anyway, people, look, I think you got it here. You know what's going on. You know what's going on before you even hear it. Because I tell you all the time, how many times have I told you things months, weeks before they actually become common knowledge, before it's being paraded out on the mainstream channels. I think I do it all the time, but it's not because I'm any smarter than anybody. It's because I know the game. I know what they're going to do. I know what they're setting up, and so do you. Do you know how much power that gives us? It gives you and me enormous power because we know what to do, why we're doing it, and when to do it. You understand? Anyway, I think that's it, people, for today. I managed to keep it together, I think, for the most part. But I'm going to be honest with you. I really, when I watch these mainstream financial shows, I want to go crazy. I literally do. Sometimes I have little fits like that. Like I'm having one now. All right, look, I'm out of here. I love you a lot, and I mean that. I really hope you are sharing my work. Get it out there. I'm counting on you because I am not on a social network anymore. You know that. Banned from Twitter, banned from LinkedIn, book, I'm not there anymore. That's my own choosing. I don't want to be a part of any kind of a social network anymore, so I rely on you to share my work, raise awareness, start talking about things. I'm out of here. See you in the morning.